I don't normally do breaking news, but this news is too life-changing and earth-shattering not to share with you. You're going to want to take note of where you're at because you're going to want to know where you were at when you heard this news. For the first time, finally, we have a superhero movie where a character accidentally gets superpowers and then they have to awkwardly and clumsily learn all about those superpowers until they master them. I know. It's quite the rush and mind-blowing to take in. Take all the time you need and then join me for this latest episode of Movies Merica.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
Hey there, my movie mijos, my fiesta-fueled film fanatics. Welcome to this latest episode of Movies Merica. I am your humble host, Senor Van Ebert, and I want to welcome you into mi casa, and come on in, relax your mind, put your feet up, relax, all right? And you are going to be treated to this episode's special movie, or especial movie, and that is Blue Beetle. Yes, okay, and right now you're probably getting really annoyed at all my Espanol pandering. I know, it's almost like Joe Biden or Jill Biden is doing this episode. All the pandering going on to the Spanish community, to the Hispanic community. Oh my God. All right, I'm going to stop right now, okay? So again, like I said, this is all about Blue Beetle, okay? And just a little bit about the plot, just to get us going, okay?
Let's go, I'm bored, let's go.
So, Blue Beetle is a not that well-known DC superhero, okay? He's not as well-known, obviously, as Superman and Batman and whatnot. He did end up being a member of the Justice League at one point there. And so he has played, Blue Beetle, or Jaime Reyes, the Jaime Reyes version of Blue Beetle, is played by Xolo Mariduena. Now, I'm probably white boying that pronunciation and totally butchering that, but it's just, I just like saying, Xolo Mariduena. Yes. And he plays Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, like I already said, okay? And he is when we first meet his character in this movie, he's graduated college, and he didn't go there for gender studies or underwater basket weaving or, feminine hygiene, studies, that kind of thing. No, he went there for pre-law, okay? So he went there for, a legitimate degree. And then he gets greeted at the airport by his family. So his mom, his dad, his sister, his Uncle Rudy, and his grandma, okay? And, they welcome him home. Hey, son, welcome back from college. It's so great. And then, of course, what do? And I didn't think you were supposed to do this in a movie if you're trying to portray Hispanics. But they take him for tacos. Yeah, I don't know. Imagine if I directed a movie about a Hispanic family and I had them go get tacos, I would get crucified, okay? But, hey, it is what it is. But anyway, so Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes at this point, he comes home, gets some bad news, but he's got this college degree. He's got this pre-law college degree. He tells his sister, that, hey, in 5 years, they're going to be super successful. They're going to live in a mansion and whatnot. Well, fast forward 5 years, that didn't happen, okay? Well, events happen, and because I'm not trying to spoil this is the spoiler-free review, right? So events happen. He gets taken over by the Blue Beetle suit, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, he turns into Blue Beetle, and then the rest of the movie jumps off from there, okay? So that's Blue Beetle, okay? And so that's what we'll be talking about. I'll be giving you my 1.5 cents on that movie, okay? But before we get into all that, okay, let me ask you to follow or subscribe to this channel if you would, all right? And then also like this video, okay? And both the buttons down there to follow or subscribe and like are right down there. And it takes like 1 second to do it, okay? And while you're down there pressing these buttons that only take 1 second to press, why don't you take another second to hit that notification bell down there to get notification of when there is new episodes of Movies America just for you. All right, let's keep this party going. Let's do it. Xolo Mariduena, Miguel from Cobra Kai, plays Jaime/Blue Beetle. To put it simply, he really is just Miguel in a Blue Beetle suit. I kept waiting for Daniel Russo and Johnny Lawrence to pop in from around the corner and give old Jaime a pep talk. He acts just like Miguel between this. Between this and Cobra Kai, not a whole lot of range for old Xolo, okay? He's friendly and affable, just like Miguel. Interestingly enough, though, he is actually the most adult person in his family, okay? I mean, he's the most stoic, the most stable, and contemplative member of the Reyes family. However, he's apparently not so good at creating a good resume and a even better LinkedIn profile because he's a pre-law college graduate living in a major city, and the best job that he can get is a housekeeper?
You dick!
Perhaps he thinks the concept of taking initiative is overrated, and waiting for a handout from those that have more initiative than him is more his speed. Now, he's fine in the Blue Beetle role overall. His performance is pretty much like a cheeseburger from the dollar menu. It's perfectly edible and tasty, whereas a performance like Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark or Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther is like the sizzling, scintillating, succulent filet mignon from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Okay, cut, we're going to lunch. This is literally the 27,315,874th chosen superhero origin movie we've seen. So stale, so done. Iron Man, Spider-Man, Venom, The Incredible Hulk, Captain America, just to name a few. Now, if you absolutely have to make one, don't follow the done-to-death beats of all the ones that have come before you. And that's the trap that Blue Beetle falls into. I'm going to take a wild guess and say I'm betting director Angel Manuel Soto thought the fact that Blue Beetle and his family are Hispanic was different enough. That was all the different he needed. Follow the cookie-cutter superhero movie formula, but fixate on how they're Hispanic, and that surely will keep moviegoers from yawning and yearning for the sweet, sweet release that the end credits rolling will bring them.
Right.
Right? Now this guy and screenwriter Gareth Damian Alcazar, which I'm sure I'm butchering that name, had a golden opportunity to create a truly distinctive, cool-to-the-core Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle movie. Instead, they stupidly thought that copying and pasting better movies before it, but marinating it in Hispanic flavor was enough. I gotta stop using food references. Cut! cut. We're going to supper. Now, this show is spoiler-free, but the show this Thursday night called Movies America Spoiler Warning is going to be all spoilery, okay? I'm going to spoil you rotten, okay? And this show that comes on Thursdays comes on at 7 p.m. Eastern, so that's 6 Central, 5 Mountain, and then 4 Pacific, okay? And that is just a show where you get a chance to discuss this movie in depth, spoilers and all, and you can live chat with me, comments, questions, whatever, okay? And the live chat doesn't even have to be about this movie. It can be whatever you want. So, but the live chat will be, about this movie primarily, okay? So, and because this show is meant for those folks like me who, after most movies they watch, sometimes they want to have a more detailed discussion, and you're hard-pressed looking around for somebody to have that detailed discussion about this movie with.
Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me?
Okay, so meet me, Van Ebert. I'm your guy for that detailed discussion on the show, Movies America Spoiler Warning. Again, this Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Central, or 6 Central, 6 Central, 5 Mountain Time, okay? And how do you join this show? Well, all you got to do is on Thursday, you can go to my @MoviesAmerica page on Twitter or X, and you can click on the link for the Movies America Spoiler Warning show right there, or you can go to YouTube or Rumble. That's where the show's at, and you can look up Movies America. Now, if you look up Movies America on Rumble, it'll work just fine. It'll bring you right to my page on Thursday, and you just got to click on the link for Movies America Spoiler Warning. Easy peasy, okay? Now, YouTube's kind of stupid. YouTube's kind of dumb, okay? And so when you type in Movies America, it's gonna think you're trying to search for Movies America. Nope, wrong-o, okay? So what you have to do is right underneath where you typed in Movies America, you have to click on this little blurb that says search instead for Movies America. Click on that, and then that'll take you to the Movies America page, okay? Also, you might have to type in Till Death Podcast Network. That's another way to search in YouTube for the Movies America Spoiler Warning show. All right. Hey, enough about that. I hope to see you this Thursday night. Let's get on with the show. Okay. I don't want to beat the Beetle all night long. All right, that sounded like I was referring to something I didn't mean to. Well, what I mean is that there are some things I like about this movie. It's not much, but I think the Blue Beetle logo and color scheme and font are pretty cool. The look of Palmyra City is eye-catching with the neon-drenched skyline, lighting up the sky, the night sky. That reminds me, there is a lot of neon in this movie. The filmmakers, I think, were trying to woo the Blade Runner-loving, pacifier-chewing rave crowd, I guess. I did like the touching moment towards the end where the grandma or abuela said, "Now is the time to cry." I thought it was a good moment. And the movie does have a couple of uncontrived emotional moments. Damian Alcazar is very good as Jaime's dad, Alberto. He, along with Xolo, had me buying their performances as father and son. So, again, there were some things in this movie that I did like. Now, back to the beating. Oh, hey there, my movie maniacs, my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. Let me take this opportunity to ask you to subscribe or follow to this channel if you would, okay? And then while you're down there anyway, just hit that like button, which is usually the thumbs up button. And then also hit that notification bell down there. That ding, 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 ding bell down there so that you get notified whenever there's a hot, fresh, new, sizzling, tasty episode of Movies America ready, especially just for you. Okay? And then also get down in those comments down below. Okay? They're down there, down below this episode, even after this episode is done. And I want to hear from you in the comments. Okay? Questions, revelations, just observations about this movie. Okay? And then also get to tdpn.locals.com. TDPN as Until Death Podcast Network. tdpn.locals.com is our website where we have all kinds of great content like videos and articles and blogs about movies and entertainment and hot button, sexy, scintillating topics of the day, politics, what have you. It's there, okay? Like Prego, it's in there. And if you go there right now and you put in promo code TDPN, you're going to get 1 free month of tdpn.locals.com. And then after that, it's just a measly $3 a month, okay? That's nothing. That's a box of Twinkies. Come on. And then also, hey, vote in our Bannies award show, or vote for the Bannies. That's our award show that's coming up here in the future. And all you have to do is click on the Bannies link down in the description, and it gives you the opportunity to just really quickly vote in our 6 categories, okay? And it'll take you like a minute to do. And a couple of categories are like the most canceled sports personality, the most canceled TV media personality. It's categories like that, okay? And so, yeah, I just got to click on that, the Bannies link down in the description. Go get in there and click. Vote for whoever you want to in the Bannies. Takes like 1 minute. And you're done. And you can vote however often you like, okay? Knock yourself out. Have a great time. Okay. Hey, let's continue on with the show. And now, some random thoughts. This movie contains so many tired cliches. And not just cliches from superhero movies. They're about to kiss, but then are interrupted cliche. The seemingly harmless elderly character that suddenly becomes a badass. The character that constantly gets called by the wrong name cliche. The we're going to be super successful suddenly followed by a scene where they're not very successful cliche. I could list a whole lot more cliches on the screen rolling up like end credits on the screen, but that would be so cliche. I think the most moronically insulting tired cliche this movie serves up is the family member or friend that just so conveniently happens to be a tech whiz. The hands down most obnoxious character in this movie, George Lopez as Uncle Rudy, just so happens to turn into Tony Stark halfway through the movie. Now, this is a recent well-tread staple of superhero movies. We have Cassie and Ant-Man, Shuri in Black Panther, Nate in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, etc., etc. Here's a guy who's a broke as a joke, let me rephrase that, broke as a joke.
You blew it!
Conspiracy nut who just so happens to be Jaime's uncle, who's built a device that can take out the security system of the exact building that Jaime needs to infiltrate, can configure and power up a unknown computer system, and just suddenly knows how to fly a ship that he's never been in before. I'd buy that George Lopez is actually a funny comedian before I buy that Beetle bunk. If that intro is lying, I'm crying, all right? Yes, that's right. It is brew review time. Come on in. Get ready for me to review some brew for you. And this episode's lucky brew is... One moment. All right, we got ourselves some Young Master Jade Scorpion. And this is like just a Czech Pilsner, like a Bohemian Czech Pilsner. Ironically enough, from China. China is who brews this right here, okay? And this is like a nice, crisp, refreshing Czech Bohemian Pilsner with 5.1% alcohol by volume. And so it's got a respectable alcohol by volume, for a beer. And yeah, I think what makes it so fresh here, and before I start giving it too many platitudes, let me point out I'm not getting any money from Young Master Brewery in China, okay? So again, with that being said, yeah, I think this is like just a really refreshing kind of crisp, or not kind of, it is a crisp beer because it's brewed with green peppercorns, and it just gives it like just this bright, citrusy, herbal notes, flavor to it. And I have to admit, I mean, I do buy this on the regular, okay, because this is just too good, okay? I mean, even though it is from China, okay, they're probably just like some kind of liquid tracking device in this or something like that, probably. But hey, you know what? What a tasty way to get tracked by China, okay? So, hey, instead of me just yapping about it, I'm going to take a drinky drink, okay? Ay, caramba. Yes. All right. So, yeah, just a little Young Master Jade Scorpion. Let me get that up there. Make sure that you guys can see that. I would typically hold it too low, so got to get it high up here for you, okay? So, Young Master Jade Scorpion, all right? And that has been Brew Review Time. Is this a woke after-school special? Does Amber Heard crap in Johnny Depp's bed? Ay caramba, this is a woke after-school special. There's so much we being kept down because we're brown pity party crud in this. It would choke the chupacabra, I swear to God. The underlying messaging that all capitalism is bad and it overpowers and oppresses people is rampant. The writer and director are just too stupid to realize you don't smear an entire economic system like capitalism because it just so happens there are some that abuse that system. Smear them, not the system, especially when the alternatives are so deadly. I mean, read up on communism in Russia and China. I mean, a lot of people dead.
No!
Okay. Now then, the director Angel Manuel Soto's woke lesson to us about the evils of enforcing who we allow into this supposedly sovereign country. We have that lesson there. Of course, we never hear people crapping on other countries for having borders and enforcing who's in their country. Only the good old US of A gets crates of crap for doing what every other country does, okay? Now, in an interview, Soto says the scene where the police, they raid the Reyes residence, or where Blue Beetle's family lives. When they raid the Reyes residence in full tactical gear, that's supposed to be an allegory for the stress that undocumented migrants, or the more correct term, illegal immigrants, feel under the threat of deportation. Now, if only he would cry as hard for the Hispanic immigrants that actually come here legally, okay, by doing the hard work, but still get cut in line by a bunch of illegal immigrants sneaking over here, okay? Now, there is some messaging that I did like in this movie. Now, they probably threw this in this movie to whine about people who take out student loans not being bailed out by all the taxpayers. Now, at least Jaime's sister Milagro says she doesn't want to go into years of debt, by going to college, and that's the message that I like there. And she's got a good point. Now, I'm sure that she didn't mean it this way, but I do. Why have more kids go into communist indoctrination camps, aka colleges, and then give these camps more money just to turn them all into little America-hating little commies? Why do that? Just putting that out there. Ha! All right, everybody. Hey, since you're doing me a solid by sticking around this long, let me do you a solid by letting you know all about Nature Clear Recovery Powder. Nature Clear Recovery Powder, it is just a powder that helps you avoid a hangover or helps you recover from a hangover, whichever the case may be. And it's very simple to use, okay? You just take this packet right here and you just pour it in 12 ounces of water or a bottle of water, your typical bottle of water. Pour it in there, and you just drink it before you head out to the nightclubs, to shake your booty or hit the beer patio, okay? And now, if you're out and about, and you're like on your 15th beer, and you're like, oh my God, I forgot to take my Nature Clear. What an idiot. Hey, you know what? Take it easy on yourself, okay? Just take it when you get home, all right? And you're good to go, okay? It's almost like Nature Clear was pre-planning for this stuff, okay? They're geniuses. What can I say? And it also helps you recover from smoking and vaping as well. So this is an all-around Swiss Army knife of recovery, okay? So right now, what you should be thinking is, Van, how do I get my hands on Nature Clear recovery powder? Well, I will tell you. All you got to do is click on the Nature Clear description down in the link in the description. There we go. And just click on that and just pick out whatever Nature Clear products you want. Get them in the cart. And then in the promo code field, you type in the promo code MOVIES, okay? And you're going to get up to 25% off your next Nature Clear order. Very sweet, right? Very sweet right there. Sorry, beer burp there. Hazards of the trade. But yeah, get yourself some Nature Clear, all right? Do it. All right, on with the show. A little about the rest of the cast. Susan Sarandon plays Victoria Cord, the one-note evil, very Hillary Clinton-like white woman oppressing the poor Hispanic family. She always uses the phrase for the common good before she's about to do something really evil. Part of her backstory must be that she's a knee pad wearing Anthony Fauci fangirl, because that phrase is very Fauci-esque, am I right? Put on 7 masks for the common good. Repeatedly inject an experimental substance into your body with God knows what for side effects for the common good. She's a character, actually, that was created in the Blue Beetle comic only after it was announced that Susan Sarandon was going to play this character of Victoria Cord back in April 2022. Now, Susan Sarandon even says in an EW.com interview that her character is the embodiment of imperialism. I miss the days where actors just talked about actual interesting things about the roles. Is that too much to ask to go back to those days? Now, we also get Elpidia Carillo playing Jaime's mom. And you may know Elpidia Carillo as the woman that the team in Predator, led by Arnold Schwarzenegger, runs into. So we're talking about way back in 1987, where I, at least, first saw Elpidia Carillo. But again, she plays Jaime's mom in this. Also, Raoul Max Trujillo, he plays Carapax, and that's Victoria Cord's muscle. And Raoul, he was in a couple of fantastic movies. He was in Apocalypto, and he was also in Sicario. And he's serviceably menacing here in Blue Beetle. Point is, these are gifted actors that have been in marvelous movies. This ain't one of them. Oh, hey there, my movie maniacs, my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. Let me take this opportunity to ask you to subscribe or follow to this channel if you would, okay? And then while you're down there anyway, just hit that like button, which is usually the thumbs up button. And then also hit that notification bell down there. You know, that ding, 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 ding bell down there, so that you get notified whenever there's a hot, fresh, new, sizzling, tasty episode of Movies Merica ready, especially just for you, okay? And then also get down in those comments down below, okay? They're down there, down below this episode, even after this episode is done. And I want to hear from you in the comments, okay? Questions, revelations, just observations about this movie, okay? And then also get to tdpn.locals.com. TDPN as in Till Death Podcast Network. tdpn.locals.com is our website where we have all kinds of great content like videos and articles and blogs about movies and entertainment and hot button, sexy, scintillating topics of the day, politics, what have you. it's there, okay? Like Prego, it's in there. And if you go there right now and you put in promo code TDPN, you're going to get 1 free month of tdpn.locals.com. And then after that, it's just a measly $3 a month, okay? That's nothing. That's a box of Twinkies. Come on. And then also, hey, vote in our Bannies award show, or vote for the Bannies. That's our award show that's coming up here in the future. And all you have to do is click on the Bannies link down in the description, and it gives you the opportunity to just really quickly vote in our 6 categories, okay? And it'll take you like a minute to do. And a couple of categories are like the most canceled sports personality, the most canceled TV media personality. It's categories like that, okay? And so, yeah, just got to click on that, the Bannies link down in the description. Go get in there and click. Vote for whoever you want to in the Bannies. Takes you like 1 minute, and you're done. And you can vote however often you like, okay? Knock yourself out. Have a great time. Okay, hey, let's continue on with the show. And now the part of the show where I blatantly rip off the late, great Jerry Springer and give you my final thoughts, just like he gave you his final thoughts at the end of all his episodes. And my final thoughts about Blue Beetle is I typically like movies with a family message, but the family in this is just so cheesy and forced. Also, this movie, it doesn't pander. It super panders. Hey, Hispanics, we made a movie for you. Huh? Yeah. Come on, you should go see it because we made it really Hispanic. Give us your money. Come on, Hispanics. Now, I'm White Boy Roy, so I didn't get a lot of the Hispanic references, but I'm not offended by that. This movie wasn't made for me, and, that's cool. That's fine. I personally just found it to be a 2+ hour siesta. Caught up on a lot of sleep. You know what? And who knows? Maybe the target audience for this movie will be just so honored and so touched that they won't even notice how mid this movie actually is. And you know what? It'll go on to kill at the box office. I mean, who knows? Stranger things have happened. I mean, people actually think George Lopez is funny. So, hey, with that, everybody, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya.
Hey guys, don't leave the video quite yet. Okay, I've got the popo. They're coming after me, and I don't have much time to tell you, but you need to like and subscribe this video right here, down below. It's right down there. It's just waiting. It's waiting for you down there, okay? And make sure you watch these videos over here too. You'll be doing me a big favor. I'll be in handcuffs pretty soon. All right. Thanks for watching.